What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Mid Card Mafia podcast, where, as always, we may be mid on the card, but we are main event at heart. I'm Nate Dickinson, joined as always by my fellow hosts. We got Melvin, Rococo, and Big Mike is not here yet, but he is on the way. He's going to be here. He's got some things going on right now, so he's going to be hopping on when he can. But this is a special episode because we just had the first ever ESPN PLE that was WrestlePalooza. We're going to be talking about what the successes were, what the flops were, because I think they were both. I think everyone can agree that. Overall, we're going to talk about our feelings of it and just what happened with wrestling this weekend. But Mike's not here to do a shout out, so I'm sure he's going to want to do that before or when he gets here. But before we get into it, does anybody have anything that they want to say, anybody they want to shout out?
No, but I know you have someone to shout out though.
Oh, I do. Hold on. I gotta find it. I do have a shout out this week.
As you're finding it, my shout out's like a ladder. So first shout out is to Stephanie McMahon saying we should get a VPN instead of paying for ESPN. She was right about that.
That's what I did.
So to watch WrestlePalooza, started looking around. Shout out to Proton VPN. This ain't sponsored, but I was watching WrestlePalooza in Poland. Yes, sir.
There you go.
I love that, bro. That's funny.
What's up, WWE, please? Checking out my location.
Yes. And also, I've got a shout out. This is going out to Paladin Fuji on YouTube. He left a comment saying, "Came for the guy who said he coaches his students, stayed for well. I don't follow fights. This is just entertaining." Shout you out, bro. You know, somebody gets me out there, bro. Somebody understands. Somebody, you know, they get me, man. You get the weekly shout out. So anyways, Melvin, we're going to start breaking down WrestlePalooza. Take it away.
Fellas, well, like Nate said, Dr. Mike is going to pop up eventually, somehow, whenever we're live reacting Raw as well. It's the Asuka Rhea fight right now. Couple of things that have been happening. Let's go.
Speaking of Mike.
Right on time.
There he is.
Mike, we're literally in the intro right now, bro.
We just did our shout outs. What is yours?
My shout out of the week. My shout out of the week, and I know we're going to talk about this here in the pod, okay? Which is why I don't want to ruin it, but here we go. I'm here. My shout out of the week goes to ESPN for finally seeing the fraud that Triple H is. An absolute fraud. A money-hungry fraud that is ruining a company. There's people who are turning over in their grave for the stuff that he is writing and producing, okay? Give me Vince McMahon. This man is awful. What he did at WrestlePalooza, what he is doing to my GOAT, John Cena, he is awful. So shout out to you, ESPN. And here's the thing. I hope Triple H continues to do bad so TKO and ESPN and all of these people who are big money supporters of WWE can see that he sucks at his job and they fire him and give us someone who will write better stories. There's my shout out. Thank you for joining the Mid-Card Mafia. We're glad y'all are here. Let's get into this. The gloves are off for me. I'm fed up. I'm sick of this. The gloves, I told y'all, I gave y'all warning. I said, I'm coming in hot. I got a lot to say. I'm sick of it. And that's just a sneak peek.
Well, hey, you don't have to sneak peek anymore. We can just jump right into it. You know, Mike already telling us how he feels about it. Is there anyone that even wants to at least take a stab of anything good that happened in WrestlePalooza? I'll wait. Anyone?
There's so much good that
happened.
Hey, let's go.
We go match by match. I can say things positives from every single thing.
Okay.
I don't hate that Brock won. I don't hate that Brock won.
This.
I was right about something. I don't hate that Brock won.
I don't hate that Brock won either, but we'll get into it. But for real quick. All right. And I'm not trying to make personal shots, okay? But Rococo.
What's up? What's up?
Did we watch the same WrestlePalooza for
Yes,
you to
did.
say that
Oh,
there's something good out of every single match? It was awful.
We did.
It was the worst card of the year. Worst card of the year. You cannot, Rococo, you cannot sit here and tell me that WrestlePalooza was good when it was not.
Okay, when did I say it was good? I said there were positives. There's a positive in everything. Calling me out?
You're right, there is. I'm sorry, I saw red. But here's the thing. It's hard for me to find any positive about WrestlePalooza.
Wow.
It was awful.
You bring the negatives, I'll bring the positives.
Listen, here's the thing, Mike.
That's what you want to do.
Here's the thing. The whole entire event was definitely tainted for you because the opener was Cena versus Brock. The whole event was tainted. Like, you couldn't see clearly because of the first match. Let's be honest.
Here's the thing. I'm going to give a shout out to one of our pod members, Cody Young. Because yesterday, he asked me, did you not like it because, number one, you're a Cena fan and Cena lost? And here's what I told him. And I'm being dead honest. It doesn't really affect me that Cena lost. Like, he's not Superman. He's not going to win every single match that he has. I don't expect that to happen. Do I want it to happen? Absolutely. But I understand that it's not best for business for that to happen. What I do not like is how squashed he just got by Brock Lesnar. That is what I did not like. This dude hit Brock Lesnar with 3 AAs, and he kicked out of them. And what do we preach here on this pod? If we're going to be to it, let's be to it. And we talk all the time about how it makes no sense for someone to hit somebody with multiple finishers and they still kick out. That drives me crazy. It drives me crazy how weak they made Cena look, how overpowered they made Brock Lesnar look. I don't care that Cena lost. I hate that he got squashed. That's what I don't like. This dude has 5 matches left, and he is done. Forever wrestling. And that's what you put on? Let them go at it. But the reason why they didn't do it is because all they can think about right now is money signs. This is all money for the WWE right now with ESPN deals and TKO. They do not care about the average fan right now. I promise you they don't. Saudi Arabia, back to Las Vegas, how much it costs to get into something, the ESPN deals, the TKO deals. WWE does not care about the average fan. They don't. And so they bring Brock Lesnar in to be the big money grab, to be what everybody talks about. He ain't in wrestling shape. The reason why John Cena got squashed is because Lesnar couldn't go 20 to 25 minutes wrestling with this dude. He wasn't in wrestling shape. He would have looked weak and they washed. And what makes me even more upset is that reports are saying that Cena should have won that match and then they scrapped it. That drives me crazy. Like, stick to what you want to do. And we could talk about this here later, but I'm not mad that Cena lost. I'm mad how he lost. It's like when my wife says, I'm not mad at what you said. I'm mad at how you said it. And then I start to think, oh, you're right. I didn't say that the right way, even though what I said was true. If Cena was going to lose, fine. It's how he lost that I have an issue with. That's where I'm coming from on this. They're ruining everything that John Cena's done for this company for years and years of his life. They're just washing it away. For what? Clicks. They're washing it away for aura farming, Triple H. They're washing it away because they want all eyes and all money. That's all they care about right now. I may go be an AEW fan after all this is said and done, because at least AEW cares about their fans. They listen to their fans. They have ticket prices that you can get in, and it's pretty cheap. It's just ridiculous.
First off, bro, AEW listens to their fans because that's all they can do, bro. Because that's the only way they can get some traction right now. So it doesn't mean AEW is good. Second, listen, bro, I think you're getting worked. You're getting worked completely, bro, because you know that Cena's finna run it back and win it, bro. Like, this is the reaction they want, is to get you riled up so you watch it again and Cena wins, bro. This is the exact reaction they want. You're just generating more clicks, more money, more everything. Is he here?
I feel like
did he freeze?
In multiple ways, things could have been. Oh, yeah, boy. Either way,
he raged so hard he's like gone, bro.
Could have been significantly different from both ends. I believe there's a better reality where Brock Lesnar could have won. In my eyes, looking at the overall card, and we'll head back to the match itself, I wasn't satisfied with the return matches. In vacuum, certain things I just didn't like as a whole, and that match going for less than 10 minutes wasn't it. My pre-prediction was Brock Lesnar was gonna beat him up for a while. John was gonna make his comeback. It was gonna be a huge win. In a bigger flashback, John Cena and Brock Lesnar have one of the best squash matches of all time. You know, the one at SummerSlam where he eats all the German suplex. That one was fun, but the context is completely different now. You got 5 matches left. 5 matches left, and everybody on the card said, if John loses this match, they have to run it back, and that knocks down the rest of the dates that we have.
Mm-hmm.
So you could have had it to where Brock Lesnar and John Cena put up a classic. Then John Cena gets put into a Kimura lock, and he has to tap out because he has 4 dates left. And if he goes out with a broken arm, his tour comes to an end. And you can make that be his story. Be like, guys, I had to for y'all. And because y'all fought for me for 20 years, I'm fighting for y'all for these 4 more dates. That's simple. Very simple play. Another thing they could have done is had John Cena hit Brock Lesnar with a roll-up. With a 1, 2, 3, and then Brock Lesnar absolutely demolishes John Cena for the next 5 minutes, 10 minutes. There's so many different plays they could have made, but they decided not to. Now, I said I bring a positive to every match. The positive is Brock Lesnar's being built up. Unstoppable. Those 3 attitude adjustments, they had me sitting. I was like, ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Brock. Okay, Brock. Because now that creates a gigantic new place for somebody else to hit. So who's going to take down Brock Lesnar after this huge, huge peak? And I began to think about, what if they play the Braun Breaker thing? Because while Heyman's involved in that, there's a lot of places they could go. And I'm going to sit back and watch. Brock Lesnar, I like where he's going. John Cena, not so much.
Yeah, Mike, I'm agree with you, bro. You know, it just felt so lazy and predictable. Like it really did. And I see your side too, Rococo. Like, you know, building Brock up, you know, seeing him take on a young guy now really soon too. But like, I mean, couldn't we have brought him in for something else then? You know, like we could have brought Brock Lesnar in, get cooked by Cena or whatever, but Brock could have came back for Gunther months ago, you know? That would have made sense.
Yep.
You know, like we could have brought him in way, way long ago, and it would have been so much better. But it is, you know, I hate giving Mike his flowers, but like it's so sad. It's so sad seeing Cena's Farewell Tour look like this right now. Now, in the last pod though, we talked about, okay, but how dope would it be, you know, if at a Survivor Series we see Cena and 4 guys versus it really looks like it could happen now, the Vision and Brock Lesnar together, you know, like it could be cool, like it really could. It could be awesome.
I want to say something about that real quick. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, you're good.
The more I think about that, the more.
Also, Kai's not feeling well, so he's with us. Sorry.
Sure, you're good. What's up, bro? The more that I think about that, the more I do not want that to happen. Because here's the thing, and I read a couple reports today where everyone in WWE is reporting that Cena and Brock will not wrestle ever again in the same ring together. I've read that multiple places on X today. And so to me, that kind of outweighs the Survivor Series thing. And then let's be honest, at the end of the day, I mean, I get it. You're able to put a lot of people in the match. We did talk about that. If it comes at the expense of Brock Lesnar squashing John Cena, no. But maybe this is where he gets his revenge, because I did talk about this with my my buddy Cody, that maybe Survivor Series is where he is there with like Punk, Roman, those guys against the Vision, and he just gets in there and gets his stuff back from what Brock did to him. But ultimately, I think that's low-hanging fruit, and I don't want that to happen. So I'd rather
Yeah.
it be like AJ Styles or something, to be honest. And I know we talk bad about AJ on this pod, and Nate calls him, Billy Ray Cyrus, and it's true, but at the end of the day, give me that over Cena getting lost in the shuffle of an 8-man tag match.
Hmm.
I'm just sick of it. I'm just sick of it. The
More days.
fact that they're
He's so angry.
doing this. 5 more. 5 more matches. Here's the thing, okay? I've just reached my breaking point with this. I'm not mad about them making him a heel. In the moment, I was like, this is dumb, but it was the most shocking thing. And when it happened, when he did what he did to Cody, you're like, wow, I never saw that coming. And then the way they wrote him, awful. When he comes back to being a face, the way they wrote that back in, awful. We cannot sit here and say with a honest, true serum in us that this farewell tour that they are writing for John Cena has been good. It has not been good. Triple H, this is on your hands.
Yeah,
And
no, I
everyone's seeing
agree.
it now. Now that he's got ESPN paying for this stuff, did you see what they said about WrestlePalooza?
Yes.
About this. These people are saying what we've been saying on this pod for months about him in Lunchables. Nothing was over a C grade on that match. They said the main event for Cody and Drew was a main event on SmackDown. This is what ESPN said.
I agree with that.
They
Yeah,
are
that's
seeing what
facts.
we have been saying, that Triple H he is not a good writer. And it goes to show what we said, WrestleMania 40, one of the greatest of all time because of Vince McMahon's stories. We're seeing now with Triple H and having all this reign and all this ability and all this stuff to where it's my decision. All that Vince did, his hands are off of it. Okay? Look what Triple H has been producing. The Rumble winners, awful. The last WrestleMania, awful. What PLE has been good this year? I'm being dead serious. Have there been good moments? Yes. But what PLE have you watched and you said, oh my goodness, start to finish, that was incredible? Go ahead and look it up on Google because you can't think of one off the top of your head. And if there is one, because you're making it up. I'm just calling a spade tonight. Let's get after it. Let's ring the bell. Let's go.
Yeah, Nate, what was better than it?
Then WrestlePalooza. I mean,
AEW all out.
I did not even look at the results of that, bro. We ain't keeping up with AEW.
Yeah, all we saw was Edge do this. It wasn't that good either.
No.
It really wasn't. Well, y'all heard it here. Mike hates Triple H. Triple H don't show up at the same Walmart as him while he goes buys his figures. Don't do it.
Not for real.
He'll do a crazy move on you.
My prayer is that Triple H comes to know the Lord. That is a
Hey.
desire that I have. Okay. And let me say this again, real quick. Okay. I'm sorry, but while this is fresh, all right, feedback is a dish best served hot. Write that down. Okay. Here's the thing. I'm so sick and tired of Triple H saying, tune in to WrestlePalooza, where you're going to see surprises, and him tweeting it all out, looking angry and everything. This is going to be the best PLE of the year. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Get ready for him. What's the surprise? I don't care that Stephanie McMahon's going to the Hall of Fame. What's the surprise? What surprise did we see besides the Undertaker coming out on his bike to sit next to Seth? Hey, sis, what's going on? You're going to the Hall of Fame. Well, no, duh, her last name's McMahon. Of course she's going to the Hall of Fame. What was the surprise? What was
Mike's
something
so
that was going to
angry.
captivate us? What was something that was going to shock us? That's it? Get out of here. I'm sick and tired how he said every PLE, just wait for a surprise. This is going to be crazy. And nothing happens. Nothing. You're full of it, bro.
With all due respect,
How to get that off my chest?
didn't the Brock Lesnar beating John Cena the way he didn't that surprise you? I'm just asking.
If Brock Lesnar would have came back at the PLE, that's more surprising to me than him just squashing.
Didn't you say
I mean,
Cena
but
was gonna win though?
I did.
Wasn't your
pick Cena to
prediction that
win.
Cena was gonna win? So aren't you surprised that you were wrong?
Am I supposed to be right about everything?
But like, the reason I feel like you're
Especially
so
on
mad.
something that's scripted.
But listen, here's the thing, though,
Let me
bro.
say this real quick, Nate.
All right,
'cause
get it
I
out,
know
get
what
it
you're
out.
about to go.
Get it?
No,
No, I don't think you do.
Mike, no.
You're
Mike,
literally
no.
about to say you're
No,
just
Mike.
mad that Cena lost. Blah 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 blah
It's
blah.
not what I
Well,
was
number
gonna say.
one, I watch wrestling. You don't. Number two, I'm not mad that John Cena lost. Number three, it's how he lost. And if you understood, and if you watched wrestling, and if you had any ties to it, to where you watched it, and you were part of the stories, and you had someone who was a childhood figure that you watched growing up, you would be upset. This is like you being upset if Mr. Beast went on Kai Cenat's stream and Kai Cenat squashed him because you grew up watching Mr. Beast because that's your generation and it's not mine.
I grew up watching Mr. Beast, first off. Second, what I was gonna say is before you disconnected a second ago, I said this, but bro, this is the exact reaction that they want riding Brock to win, because when they run it back, you're gonna cry, you're gonna be on your knees praising Jesus that your hero John Cena defeated the big bad Brock Lesnar, bro. That's what's gonna happen, bro. Brock's not about to go feud with some younger talent right now. He's gonna run it back with John Cena right away, because like we're seeing, and I agree with you wholeheartedly.
They're not.
It was
They're
yes, they
not
are.
riding
Yes.
this. No, they're not.
Yes, they are, bro.
No, they're not going to repeat a match. Why would they repeat a match? He has 5 left. For him to say, hey, let's do Brock Lesnar and John Cena again. It's not happening.
Because they wasted,
not.
bro. They wasted the other parts of it, bro. I know this looks like a waste to you, but in Triple H's mind, in the board's mind, this is what they got, bro. What else is John Cena gonna do? Is he gonna start up a feud with like Drew McIntyre right now? No, they're not gonna do something like that. He's gonna run it back with Brock. I don't know what exactly that's gonna look like, but he's gonna be running it back with Brock, bro. He's not about to come down to the ring and do an open challenge and then get another like Logan Paul type of situation. It's going to be a run back with Brock, and he's going to win it, and you're going to be on your knees cheering. And I do
don't get
agree.
on my knees cheering for anything. Let's start with that, number one. All right. Number two, the only thing that I give glory to is my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. All right. Worshiping no John Cena. All right. Number three, everything you just said is absolutely wrong.
We'll see, bro. And when I'm right, I want a 500-word apology letter with no vowels written to me.
What?
It's that Gen Z stuff. They just be doing weird, crazy stuff like that.
Yeah.
So Nate,
Mike.
5 days left.
Oh yeah, Rococo.
5 days left. Brock Lesnar and John Cena face for one. What do the other 4 look like?
There's
Is
no
it building
telling.
up to that and Brock being his last? Or
Rock will be in game.
I
Don't even get me started on the
The
Rock.
Rock,
Don't
the
even get
Rock's
me
not
started
going to
on
show up. That's what we want. The Rock's not going to show up. We're not getting what we want to see. Big Dwayne is
3
drinking.
times in a lifetime?
Yeah, no. Big Dwayne is drinking margaritas, hanging out with his kids in Hawaii, living up the time of his life off of his Hollywood money. He's not popping back out
Yeah.
to the WWE.
And I just want to ask this question to Nate real quick, and I promise you that this ain't friendly fire. This is curiosity. You went from Brock Lesnar, he's guilty, yada, yada, yada. Why did they do
Sure.
this, to now being like, they brought him back. Why are you so mad? This is what it is, blah, 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 blah. What's changed, Nate? Which one is it for you? Are you glad he's back, or are you disgusted by it? Because right now you're lukewarm, and I don't know what side of the fence you want to stand on, son. Let's pick
Hold
one.
up. I gotta pause this. Listen, I'm still annoyed by the fact that they brought Brock Lesnar back. Okay, I'm annoyed by it, but I don't hate the feud that's going on with Cena. You know what I mean? I guess I've kind of decided to separate the art from the artist. If he's gonna be in the company, there's nothing I can do to change that, right? I can't change that. I can't change the fact that he's back. So what am I going to do? Turn the TV off and storm out of my house every time he's on the screen? I mean, that's not affecting anyone but me, bro. So I'm gonna at least enjoy the cinema, or try to enjoy the cinema when he's on the television. That's where I stand. You know what I mean? Like, hey, Michael Jackson was definitely guilty, but I'm gonna still bump beat it. You know what I mean? So,
My goodness.
but anyways,
What in the world? Hey, but Triple H, man, certified rage baiter, getting the unks angry with this booking and stuff.
yeah,
Mike, we just gotta at least. I know it's hard to see the light and under the end of the tunnel and see any wins from it, but it's at least exciting to see what the heck are they cooking up if they're gonna, get us mad about this Brock Lesnar squashing, right? Like I don't, I know. Yes, Bubba, twinkle twinkle little star. Can y'all hear him?
No.
He's singing it pretty loud. I don't know how y'all don't hear him. But I really am excited to see what they end up doing, because like there's just no way this is.
Yeah.
They're just gonna end his tour this way, with 5 dates left. So I'm really interested.
Here's my question, and it's actually for Rococo. Rococo, I want you. This one's for you. Okay. When it comes to the Brock Lesnar and all this stuff happening with John Cena, to me, there isn't any story to any of these matches. Really, it's just we went at it. Can you see any of these upcoming matches being something that's story driven, or is it what you've been saying, Triple H cooking up Lunchables? I don't think Triple H sees long term anymore. That's out the window. He does not see long term at all. He sees short term, and how he books explains that. But Rococo, what are your thoughts when it comes to Cena in these last few matches? Because in my opinion, it's whatever we can get money, whatever's click grabbed, whatever Cena. We'll let Cena maybe have one that he wants to do, but hey, you signed on. We're kind of going to really do what you're going to do, what we tell you to do. But I don't see any long term storytelling in any of this. Prove me wrong or right.
It's gonna be quick booked from the beginning. John Cena's been wrestling for 20 years, right? 20 whole years, and he has a year to make all the callbacks to push things forward, and we've seen it pretty much through the summer how they can try, but even then their stories are 3 weeks to a month, and since his dates are already limited and set, it's a lot harder to pivot. So the
Yeah.
best that you can do is a promo
Yeah.
and then a match. In the best case scenario, we're down to 5 dates, and still people's lists of who John Cena can face are endless.
It is.
Yep.
So there's not much you can do except for here's John, here's the person, y'all have a match. You can talk about it after if you want. You can talk about it before if you want. But we're no longer at a point where, hey John, come out real quick. You have a promo. Okay, next week, same thing, but now you hit him with attitude adjustment. All right, same thing, but now that's dead.
Yep.
We're full spinning. It's like It's like being in school, and you have this huge project due, and instead of slowly chopping it down, you wait, and then suddenly, oh man, this is due tomorrow, and there's nothing you can do except for try to get it all done. It's not gonna be as good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
And here's the last question I want to ask all three of y'all, and I just yes or no. Okay. Here's the question. Has John Cena's farewell tour been booked correctly? Yes or no? That's all I'm asking. And Nate, we'll start with you.
no, I don't think it has.
Okay.
From the get go, no, not even the heel
Okay.
turn.
Rococo, what about you?
No.
Mel, what about you?
Yeah.
You think it's been booked correctly?
It's gonna make him mad. Look at him, bro. This dude looks so.
I
No
should have said
one-
yes. I
Argument.
should have said yes.
This dude's so angry.
No one thinks that this has been booked correctly. And that's
The
man, you
first
had
4
half
months was
one left.
perfect
Wait,
to
what?
me.
He should have
The
never
first-
turned.
The first 4 months were perfect,
Yes.
I can agree.
but then after that,
And they had such a good opportunity too, even when him turning heel, of how you write
Mhm.
him, but it was lazy. I have no issue with it. Like in the moment, yeah, I'm a victim of the moment with some things. But when I sit here and I reflect on the whole farewell tour, and I don't want this whole pod to be about John Cena, but it is the biggest thing currently in sports wrestling. Okay, it is John Cena. Just being honest, especially this weekend. But the Hill thing, at first I was like, no, I hate that because I've been a fan my whole life. But then I think, wow, this is the biggest heel turn. This is like a Hogan to NWO type of heel turn. This is wild. This is what's best for business. And even though The Rock wasn't there, you still could have written him to be a good heel, but they didn't. And it's just, it feels like it's gotten worse and worse. I'm just being 100% honest. It's like the further we go along in this, we realize there was not a single plan for John Cena. Everything's done in the moment. Everything is done like, oh, this will be cool. Let's do this. Go get squashed by Brock Lesnar. What can get us the most money? And it's worse and worse and worse every Peely. His best thing he did was with Randy. That was the best thing on this whole farewell tour. It shouldn't be like that.
Yeah.
But
Thinking
we
back-
can
I
move on
agree.
from John Cena if we want to. Rococo had a thought.
Going back to the very beginning, whenever John first secured the title and he said, I'm going to retire with this, I'm going to be the
Mhm.
last real champion.
Yep.
The idea of that, the ability to build a superstar up to that point, to where if you were to retire with the WWE Championship,
Yeah.
as a fan, I'd be like, he deserves it. He absolutely deserves it. And I was fully ready to commit to this story from beginning to end. In
Yeah.
my perfect world, John Cena put up banger after banger after banger, then enters December as the WWE champion. And that last match has everything riding on it.
Yep.
History. It's so much
Yeah.
that they could have done. You look at the fantasy booking that people have done. They were in their bag too. I guarantee, I ain't trying to be disrespectful. I could put this on 2K right now in universe mode. And I
Yeah.
could probably get some good stuff out of it.
Yeah.
It's the creative team is way too big for us to play things this safe and then forget that we have John Cena on the roster.
Mm-hmm.
But hey,
Yeah, and then here on the other side we got Nia, Tiffany, and all this crap again.
Yeah. And you
Yeah,
got
it's just
Tiffany not
ridiculous.
even wrestling and defending her belt at, WrestlePalooza, first ESPN PLE, the biggest women's belt, and she's not defending it.
Yep.
That's terrible too. But here's the
Mhm.
last thing I'll say about it, and then we got to move on from it so we don't talk about it
Yeah.
for too long. But the reason, because Mike, don't get me wrong, I agree with everything that you said, 100%. All the F5s, bro, like it was dang near double-digit F5s. I'm pretty sure, if not double digits. He hit so many, bro. That was terrible. But the reason I'm not so upset about it like you is because I knew this was gonna happen. They brought back Brock. They want the views. I knew it was gonna happen. Go back to the last pod. What did I say? He's gonna squash him like it's the 2010s. That's what I said. Now, here's why I'm not upset. It's because when you think about it, like Rococo says, Lunchables, where do they go next? He's thinking, where am I going to generate the most impressions? Where can Brock go next that's going to generate a lot of impressions? It's not with younger talent. It's back with Cena, and it's with Cena winning, because Brock winning again is not going to get as big of a reaction as Cena winning, which is why I'm not that upset, because I'm going to cheer too whenever Cena wins. There we go.
I just have a really hard time thinking it's Cena, and this could be a different debate. It can be. To me, what it looks like is Brock going to the Vision, that being what it is, and then Brock and Braun feuding with each other. That's what I see. I don't see any more John Cena in this, but that's a different debate. For the sake of the pod, we can move on, unless people comment and say we need more Michael fighting with the whole pod fam about John Cena. By the way,
I'm still going with the prediction of Cena and his three best guys are gonna fight, and I still think they're gonna be in War Games. I just can't think of what other group of guys are you gonna see in War Games right now. You know what I'm saying? And then also, like, when's Roman getting written back, or is he gone for the rest of the year too? You know, is he gone for the rest of the year?
No.
And so it's like, when is he coming back? And so there's just like, that's kind of why I keep thinking, like, and this is just dream scenario, bro. Cena with Punk, with Roman, and then you throw in a Randy in there versus the Vision, bro. That would be so sick. It just would, you know? And so, even though I don't think that's
I
going to
would
be
like it. I would
the
like
4v4,
it.
but it'd be so tough. It just would, you know? It will make me mad if we see Cody Rhodes in there, though. But
Or Jey
You know,
Uso.
he's got-
Or Jey Uso.
You
Or
know,
Jey
both of
Uso.
them got to put their foot in the
they
water.
do.
But literally, really brief. I just want to say this, Rococo. I'm sorry I said you liked WrestlePalooza. Okay.
yeah.
And Nate, I'm sorry that I said that you don't watch wrestling.
Thank you. I watched. Thank you. On a VPN in Wakanda.
I'm
Alright, so
sorry.
what
I
did-
also said you like Mr. Beast.
I actually do like his videos. That
I
was
know you
true,
do.
but I did not grow up watching him. He's too recent.
Mike, that was so funny though.
Clip farm that one.
That was
Oh,
so
we
funny.
definitely got to
Hey,
clip on
so
that.
so let's move on. What did y'all think about the tag team match of the Usos and the Vision Bronze? You know, how did we feel about that? We don't have to spend too much time on it, but we got to hear the OG theme of the Usos. That
Yep.
was kind of nice.
That was cool.
to
They did
hear.
that little finisher too, which was sick.
They did, yeah.
But it was a mid match overall. I think it's like it was a
Mhm.
mid match. It was cool, like little throwback, but
You know, ironically though, I was gonna say this, and y'all are gonna disagree. I think it was the Usos' best match they've had all year.
100%.
All year, you had me nervous for a second.
All year, for those two guys, it was their best match because like we didn't
Mm-hmm.
see repetitive things. We didn't see Jay gassed in 2 minutes because he got to tag his brother and stuff like that. I genuinely think like it was one of their best matches, and I think the reason why that's so much fun is the bros, they missed each other, and then getting to put a young guy like Braun and freaking old man Bronson together, bro. That still messes with me. In chat, I texted this to the Midcard Mafia, but I was rolling when I heard Joe Tosa, however you say his freaking
That's the
name,
tour.
when he said, "Oh man, these two young talents," talking about Braun and Bronson. Bro, Braun is 27. Let's go, he's young. But this dude Bronson Reed is 30, about to turn 38 next month. That man's not young.
Crazy.
It had me messed up, but
Yep.
I really like the nostalgia of those two guys being together, and I think it was
Yeah.
those two specifically their best match that they've done all year.
Here's my brief opinion. I like the OG theme song. I hate that they yeeted for another 15 minutes after it. And I did not like that LA Knight was involved in this. That's my opinion.
Yeah,
Him being a special referee was just stupid. To
I
me.
will say him being. I didn't like that he was special referee, but I liked that it allowed the use of tables and chairs with him being the
Yeah.
referee because that made it more interesting. And I loved watching Jey Uso bleed, bro.
Bro, that was
love
real,
seeing
too.
that. I loved it. I
That was
loved watching him in pain.
Wow.
It was like karma for that 15-minute yeet down, bro. Karma,
I get minutes for that one.
Hey.
Right on Jay's downfall.
a little bit.
I love the Usos too. They're back and forth. It's automatic
Thank
with
you.
them. As soon as they're in
Mhm.
the ring. Seeing LA Knight as a guest referee, I actually loved it. I love the idea. Because LA Knight's had beef with both teams, not exactly both teams, but parts of both teams, if not the whole thing. But throwing him in on top of that adds the dynamic. The ending of the match, the direct ending felt clunky because Jey Uso got his
Yeah.
head busted.
Yep.
But all in all, the ending is still exactly what I thought it was going to be with the Bronsons winning. I ain't
Yeah.
mad at it.
And I think LA Knight did really good as the special referee. I kind of agree with Mike that it's just like, why are you writing him here? But in that role, he did a great job making lemons out of lemonade. He didn't get booked on the card, but he did a great job as a special referee. So I give him his flowers and props for that.
All right, so this is in all over the place. They've been saying this was the match of the night. But honestly, it had me snoozing because I didn't really care about it. We kind of knew who was going to win this one, but Rococo would die on the hill that Io Sky's the greatest wrestler. But anyways, the women's match of Stephanie and Io. What did you guys think about that? How Steph finally got her belt. That jetpack is on her back. She's ready to go to the moon. Thank God Io didn't win it again. But what y'all think about this?
I made dinner during this match.
Yeah.
Oh my
Here,
goodness.
listen, and I'll say this. I'll start off. And here's the thing. For all the people that didn't want Io Sky to win because of her previous title reign, and I'll say it right now, Stephanie is going to run into the exact same problem. And I'm going to double down on this, bro. She is the female Jey Uso. It's way too soon. She's only over because of her finishing move. I'm saying it right now. She's only over because of that move. Does she have
Yo, lack
legitimate
of ball
talent?
knowledge.
Yes. Does she have
You are
legitimate talent?
nuts.
Yes. But bro, it's
You're
way too
nuts.
soon, bro. That's
You're
why she's
nuts.
over is that finishing move, bro.
It
I'm
is
saying
not too soon. I don't think you realize how big of a world star that Stephanie is. Like,
Then why doesn't
she's just
Penta? Then
known
why
everywhere.
didn't Penta get the title, bro? It's the
He's not
same
as
type of
big as
thing.
her. He's
Penta's not as big as
her,
Stephanie,
though.
bro.
I don't think he
He's
is.
not.
I don't think he is. Rococo, there's no way you think that Penta was more popular than her.
Legitimately speaking, I'm ignorant. So y'all say things, and I try to take it at face value within this. I'm not arguing for something I don't understand.
I've learned when he makes that face, he's listening because I called him out one day when it was just me and him on the pod. He was like, I'm genuinely listening. I was like, oh, okay. It looks like you disagree with me.
I love it. But here's why she's more popular, Nate. Like, international wise, she's been on all of the big pro circuits, Japanese, lucha, everything. Like, I mean, she's been all over the place, and so her being brought to WWE was a big deal. They even gave her the choice, like, hey, do you want to come straight to the main roster? But she chose to go NXT first
Which I respect
because
that, yeah.
you know, her English, her getting, you know, you talk about it all the time, knowing English in WWE, but like finding herself who she's gonna be and stuff, training with the best NXT, which honestly is what Jade Cargill should have done in the first place as well, instead of going straight to the WWE.
It's true.
You know, that's just proof, like, you don't just go straight up there. And then when you look at Penta, he seems like a star, but it's because they gave him the freaking crazy expensive entrance, though. But he's great and stuff. But he's kind of like falling like this too. But I also think it's because I think they honestly overworked that dude too
They did.
quickly.
His brother got a deeper bag than him.
Mm-hmm.
I think when it comes to wrestling. Here's what I'll say, Nate. I disagree. I get what you're saying about it feeling like rushed. But Jey Uso really didn't have a rushed title reign. That dude's been in the business as a tag champion for 10 plus years. The longest reigning tag champs. People love them. It's when he broke, like, and went his own route, that's like, okay, this kind of sucks. And it does. But Steph, her bag, way deeper than Jey. Way
No,
deeper.
I agree with that. No, I do agree with that. And it's not, and
He's
the
a
reason
better
I
wrestler.
compare it to Jay is because Jay had it feels like he had the one thing that got him over with the crowd to get the rocket on his back.
His yeet,
And that
yeah.
was the yeet. And I'm saying her one thing that put the rocket on her back in the WWE isn't how known she is in the wrestling world. It's the move, bro. It's the clips that went viral with Booker T. Because you see the people like me who isn't keeping up with what's going on in the other pro circuits. I'm seeing the clips. I don't know you until you get to NXT. And if you're not big, I still probably don't know you. So that's the clip that I saw that I'm like, who is this person? And then when she got brought over to Monday Night Raw. Now, let me also say this, bro. Let me say this. I do not approve of that move, bro. I'm not one of the people that's in there like, oh, yes, please hit your move. I want to see it. I want to hit your move. And I will say she's got a pretty deep bag, right? And that
What?
I don't even know what it was. That tag match, what was it for? It was for some, or not a tag match, the ladder match, I mean. It was at
was
one of
her.
the PLEs this year. Who was
Money
in
in
it?
the Bank?
Rhea was in it. The Money in the Bank. Yes. She did great. She did phenomenal in that match. I think she was definitely top 2 women in that match. I'm just saying this title reign is not going to be as great as you hope it's going to be. It's just not. That's what I'm saying.
As an overall, within the match itself, Nate, I kind of agree on some of this stuff. I can't follow you with what. Okay, my thing about that match was it was great. I watched all of it because come on now, it's women's. We gotta stand on it. But I watched all of it from beginning to end, and we talked about Io Scott's finish with the crowd, undeniable, right? Stephanie Vaquer, I've noticed how she wrestles from her match here and her match against Kairi Sane on Raw. Stephanie wrestles like a heel. She really does. That is the vibe
Yeah.
that she gives off. And anytime she's in the ring with somebody else, she wrestles like a heel. But WWE wants to cheer her as a face. That creates a real awkward dynamic. And always I'm talking about if you're going to build the talent, we need to know who they are as a person. Like Nate was saying, we know what Stephanie brings to the table in ring. But as a person, we don't know who she is yet. All they have to do is just give her a promo package describing what she's done, who she is, what she's motivated by. Because like what Nate is saying, her lack of English, she's been working on it. She's only spent 10 months. She's progressed extremely well. But if you
True.
can't tell us who you are or show us who you are, somebody else needs to do it for you. And we're
I like
stuck in this
that.
place. She has the championship. That's great and all. But now she faces somebody else. How should I feel about Stephanie Bakir? And that's where I'm stuck. Now, another plus side of that match. She used her SVB. That movie's still trash. But she finished it with the spiral tap. Cinema. I love the ending of that match. It was great. And that's another reason why, if you give these people long moments of time, 30 minutes on a PLE, you can lose a match and still look great. Io Sky lost. We're chilling because that match was
Yep.
fantastic. Oh,
Yeah.
not match of the night. I'll give it to him.
I will say Steph's moonsault that she did, like that. I don't know the name of this move, but it's like where she like did a spin in the air. That move was incredible.
Spiral tap. That's in her bag.
I mean, it was awesome watching that.
Hopefully she can make that her finisher in the future.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
she
that
needs
would be
to do
sick.
that stuff.
That'd be sick.
But
So who are you guys hoping is her match against at Crown Jewel then? You know, like with her winning the championship, does that kind of give us like could we even like guess who's gonna win between Tiffy, Nia, and Jade, do you think now? You know, like do we get a Stephanie and Jade at Crown Jewel? Does Jade finally get her title and then fight Stephanie in Crown Jewel, or do we see Tiffy or
I would
Nia?
not hate, to be honest with you, I would not hate a Tiffy and Steph match. I think technically that could cook.
Mm-hmm.
What they're able to do from the top rope, the
Prettiest moonsault ever.
ability they have, the moonsaults, the spiral move. I mean, they could cook some stuff.
Yeah.
So
But then where do we go on from there though? Because I feel like right now all of the mid card belts, not even the mid card belts, really are talked about much. The tag team belts. What are we going with women's wrestling right now? Now that we have the possibility of it being Steph and Tiffy for Crown Jewel. I mean that match still needs to happen on SmackDown for us to really even have like a good thought. But who's next? Like who do we see Stephanie go against? Do we finally get a new person against Tiffy? If Jade wins, who do we start seeing people go up against her? You know, I feel like our typical big stars are doing their own thing right now. Like Charlotte and Alexa are still being BFFs with their tag titles. We got Becky. You know, what's gonna happen? Becky and AJ can be a long feud. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what are we doing with everybody? You know, we saw Bailey ask Lyra to be in her corner for another pointless match. We still got, you know, Raquel and Roxanne, you know, walking around with their head off because Liv Morgan's still not back. You know, like, please God, Liv Morgan come back so we can get some excitement in the, you know, WWE women's division. So I just don't know where it's going.
It's simple for the women's world heavyweight championship. And her name is Rhea Ripley. It just feels like that's where they're headed with it, to be honest. No.
Yeah.
Some of us probably are like, I'm sick of it, but it is what they're going that direction. For
But
the
then it's
Universal.
But it's like the cycle all over again, though. Like, who's going to go against
They did it with Cody Rhodes. They did it with Cody Rhodes.
I don't care about that guy anymore. I don't watch his stuff. Like, I'm still mad I haven't watched him and Drew McIntyre, to be honest.
Nope.
I'm still so
you gotta
mad.
save it.
I should have just went to bed.
Save it.
But you said, what about for the other title, Mike?
For the Universal, man, to be honest, I don't think anyone knows, including creative. I mean, who do they have up and coming on Raw? I mean SmackDown, not Raw. Jade, Tiff. I mean, honestly, I don't know outside.
And they already gave Julia the United States, so there's not a. You can't use her. Michin, that girl ain't gonna get no big title.
No.
Charlotte and Alexa are gonna be chilling for a while.
Be Charlotte.
Really? Oh my gosh.
I think Charlotte will.
Heck no.
Yeah.
I would expect them to lose those tag belts soon and Charlotte go contend for it. But I will say I could see Alexa Bliss coming back and challenging
tough.
Becky Lynch.
That would be
Bianca
cool.
Belair's been on the bench for a while. I wasn't looking at her
Yeah.
hand during the Saudi Arabia press conference because I wasn't watching like that. But Bianca, of course, is another option that could come back.
Yep.
You know, I think it's time for Chelsea Green. I'm being so serious. Chelsea Green and Piper need to tag.
Yeah.
Take the tag team belts, and it's time for Charlotte and Alexa to split off. Was it funny and cool at first? Absolutely. I'm sitting there, oh yeah, funny little fun segment. But at this point, it's like, oh my gosh, can we just let it in? Because we need
Yeah.
Charlotte to come bail us out with her superstar aura and make something happen for this women's division. So let's just give the belt to Chelsea Green. Let it, if it gets lost in mid-card, the mid-card waters, it's not like it already isn't. So just give the belt to them and move Charlotte and Alexa. They need to go their separate ways. They can go for 2 separate belts. Alexa could challenge Julia. Charlotte can challenge somebody up there. Jade,
Tiff.
because
Or Jade, yeah.
do we want to see Tiffany versus Charlotte again, though? We already saw it at WrestleMania and she lost. I'd rather see Jade versus Charlotte. But if it's Charlotte versus Tiffany that causes, Tiffany to finally lose the belt, I'd be cool with that, too, as long as she's going to lose. But imagine we get Charlotte versus Tiffany and she loses again, bro. I'd throw my remote to the TV. I'd be so mad.
Well, I want to give you some bad news, Nate. According to a source I read on X about Piper, she may have a career-ending injury. So,
Wait,
from
what's
what
the
I read,
injury?
From what I read, she's actually hurt. She just got hurt recently,
Oh.
and so
Well,
there
Who's
goes
the other
that.
one? Who's the other one in the Secret Service?
Fire.
Yep,
Well,
Alba Fire. She
Build her-
came in and she had
Yes.
tons of hype around her.
yeah, she wasn't terrible in NXT. I actually was watching NXT at the time that she was wrestling on there, and it wasn't horrendous. So
Hey, let's talk about Mike's actual favorite match of the night.
Mm.
It's the match he's been waiting for his whole life. Right next to Cena, getting squashed to Brock once again, but the mixed tag team title of the man, Becky, the visionary, Seth Rollins, freaking Rollins actually, versus Mr. CM Punk and AJ Lee, or AJ Lee and AJ Lee's husband, actually.
Rococo,
shirt,
you
bro.
want to start this one off?
Oh no,
say
Mike
less.
sounds
That's
angry. already.
controversial. First off, all in all, I really enjoyed this match.
Hey,
I highly liked it. You gonna let me cook with this one. Let me tell you. The match went how long? 40 minutes, 45 minutes? It took a while. But they booked it so well. Starting the match with CM Punk inside the ring and having him getting jumped by both Seth and Becky. That built their characters so solid. Into the hot tag, and then the match continued after that. We were going back and forth about how do you book a mixed tag match well. They absolutely knocked it out the park with distracting the referee, energy to move here, energy to move here. I'm not going to hit this woman, but I'll put her in a sharpshooter, though. It was fantastic. And understand the pacing, man, bro, that stuff dragged. That's great. It's the heels building up to a hot tag. That's how the match should flow. In the PLE time, you should do stuff like that. Go absolutely crazy. Now, AJ Lee, was I disappointed? Yes, I ain't gonna lie, I was. But the ending spot, we'll set up in there. Set up in on the ending spot. He wrestles like it's still 10 years ago. And wrestling evolves, people's movesets get better. All this ain't gonna work in a match or two. It was cute, but she needs to evolve. That's like me learning how to play power forward in 2010 to playing NBA basketball now. It's cute for the first game, but after that, I'm getting dog walked. So I'm expecting AJ to evolve. The ending of the match, having Becky Lynch tap out as fast as she did was not it. She should have stayed in for 20 seconds, 25 seconds, then given a quick tap out. But her getting put in, that transition from the Manhandle Slam to the Black Widow, fantastic. But for her to get put in 3 seconds, who are you? I thought you were Becky Lynch, the Intercontinental Champion. And on top of that, we're talking about Lunchables. Tell me why AJ Lee and CM Punk were not on Raw this past Monday. Explain that to me. So, I enjoyed the match. Was it fun? Did they book it well? Yes. Where to go from here? Sounds like another Lunchable.
Let me tighten up my Taco Bell visor. I disagree with everything you just said.
Let's go at it.
That match was awful. Awful. they looked like they couldn't wrestle. It made all 4 of them look weak. That pacing. I mean, look at what you just saw. You just said Becky Lynch tapping out in like 3 or 4 seconds. The fact that Becky acts like she's scared of AJ Lee is ridiculous to me. Okay. The fact that you got Seth and CM Punk who hate each other, who in this match, it didn't look like they wanted to wrestle each other at all. That's ridiculous to me as well. This match was a complete and total miss. All I could think of too the whole time was that CM Punk looks like Hugh Jackman. I could not unsee it.
What?
It was driving me crazy. This match was ridiculously long. It was not good. And I'm sitting there thinking, okay, I'm waiting for something exciting to happen, and it never did. I did not like this match. This was a waste. This was one of those, let's get AJ Lee back into shape. Let's get some rust off. Let's put her attached with someone. It's a safe bet. WWE plays these safe bets too much. It's ridiculous. Why couldn't you just have them go at it one-on-one, Becky and AJ, and have Punk and Seth go at it? You know, it's like, I would much rather see that again than to see what we just saw with this mixed tag match.
What were your expectations
like
of this match? Because for me, I walked into this match knowing that it was AJ's first time in 10 years, and that was a mixed tag. And my biggest question was, how are they going to tell this story? How are they going to make it compelling?
Yeah.
So legit, my expectation was AJ Lee was going to play trash, CM Punk was going to carry, and that was going to be the match. And because of my expectation being so low, it exceeded it. So what did you expect that makes you look at this match so terrible?
Yeah, I guess Rococo, that's a great question. Shame on me. And I'm being serious, okay? Shame on me for having expectations that people who are getting paid the big bucks to be in ring shape and to be on WWE can come in and wrestle when we're seeing that they can't. And it's ridiculous. And so I have an expectation, if AJ Lee's going to come back and this was a plan, shouldn't this chick had already been in development getting ready? It doesn't feel like she has been. Shouldn't she have already been practicing cutting promos behind the scenes? Didn't seem like she was. But it feels like these people just come in whenever they feel like doing it. And it's a slap in the face to talent that's there each and every week, fighting for their life to get a spot, for WWE to sometimes to really rest and soak on the nostalgia of things and say, hey, let's bring in AJ Lee, who probably ain't ready to cut a promo, who probably ain't ready to wrestle. Let's bring her in. Let's give her a PLE spot when we could put something much better there. So my expectation is for her to perform like she is full-time. And shame on me for assuming that. But to me, if you're going to bring someone in for a PLE match, they should be in ring shape. They should be ready to go. They should be someone who's ready. And I get being in the crowd and doing all these things, it takes time. And you got to get back into that. But it has been not good for her recently. And I know the viewers have already come at us on the comments, but I'm just calling it like it is. AJ Lee has not done anything yet besides skip down in the ring and her surprise that you've been like, oh my goodness, this is really happening. She's back. She's who she is. None of that's happened. Her promos have been weak. Her wrestling has not been good. And I did not like this mixed tag match. I just didn't. I didn't like anything about it. It was boring to me. Io and Steph was more entertaining than this one. It was awful.
I don't know if I'd go there.
We're comparing apples and oranges now. You were cooking. I'm not gonna lie, you were cooking for a while. You really were. AJ Lee, looking back at what she used to do, she was known for her promo skill. She was known for her ability to run that women's division, to talk on the mic. She hasn't gotten that back yet. I don't feel it yet. I don't feel the fear. I don't feel the confidence yet that she used to have. That's real. Now, keep in mind, it was a whole different wrestling era. And she wasn't known for putting up banger matches. You ask, what's AJ Lee's best match? You got against Caitlyn. Like, legitimately, it's hard to pull. Exactly my point.
Yeah.
So you have to give her time to understand this and adjust to this new style. Will it be as fast as we want? No, it won't. WrestlePalooza as a whole, normally whenever they call back legends, they do a good job. They put up a good match, something that's passable enough. Truthfully. And I was both disappointed by Brock Lesnar's showing and AJ Lee's showing. But because of the position that AJ Lee is in, they paced that match slow enough to where whenever she became a part of it, whenever she was an active participant in the match, it became easier to watch. And I became invested in, she's been gone for 10 years, but she's still fighting one of the best. So we'll have to give it time. Like what I said, I'll give her 1 or 2 more matches before I really start going off. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have some grace. Once those 1 or 2 matches are up, I can't be nice anymore.
Yeah, we're also seeing what full time means in WWE because didn't she sign a full time contract? And like you just said, Rococo, where was she tonight on Raw? So
Oh,
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah. No, I really do feel like whenever she first popped out to Chicago, it was like she just got up off the couch and basically skipped down to the ring to cut her promo, bro. You know what I'm saying? I get what y'all are saying 100%.
If I could
But
get out
there's
the
one
couch and
thing,
look that good, bro.
hey, metaphorically.
Ridiculous.
But there's one thing about this match that we haven't talked about that we got to talk about before we move on. By far, the best entrance of the night. I'm talking about double Emperor Zurg. Becky and Seth coming down, bro.
I did like
They
it.
literally look like Emperor Zurg. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was awesome. They
It
were
was
sitting up
awesome.
there aura farming.
Yep.
That was cool. Did the match go way too long? Absolutely. But that entrance was pretty sick.
And I rest my case why Becky Lynch should be women's heavyweight. Just like
Yeah,
Seth
it would
is
look
men's.
so good.
It'd be so cool.
Yes, with the
But,
double belts. It would have been
yep.
so sick.
All right,
Would've
so
been
we
sick.
saw our WWE QB1 win again. But not only did we see him win again, but we're seeing all this speculation that there's people that pitched ideas to Hunter, old Paul Levesque.
Oh, is that how you say it?
Yep.
It is how you say it. About Randy actually costing it and Drew winning, but we didn't see it. That would have been insane. That would have been so epic.
That would have been a surprise that you would have loved to have seen.
That
When
would
you
have been the
say
moment.
surprises, that's the moment right there. That's it. You could have had that moment with Cena getting squashed, and people are not going to be as mad because, oh my goodness, Cody Rhodes just lost this belt. Should have happened. But
Does Paul? Does he hate Drew McIntyre?
Here's what
I'm being so serious. Like
I know
like,
what you're
does
saying.
he hate him?
He
Like,
lost
feels-
again.
It feels like it. I saw a tweet today, and it had thousands of likes. Don't know how credible, but it did feel true. It feels like in moments, and I didn't watch Unreal. I'm with Rococo on this one. I'm not going to. But someone said it's like in Unreal where they have this plan in place that would have been really, really good. And then someone has this like out of the blue just thought of like, what if we did this? And Triple H goes, yeah, maybe we should do that instead. This is one of those moments where they're pitching to him, Cody, if Cody Rhodes really said this, I'm shocked. For him to say, hey, let me lose this belt for like the wow factor, it'll make the story better. And Triple H probably be like, oh yeah, that'd be cool. And then all of a sudden someone be like, man, Cody Rhodes should probably just still win. You'd be like, oh yeah, let's do that instead.
well, as QB1, you should know what's best for business, and he's
And
been in the
exactly.
business.
And if he's saying,
And I genuinely think Cody did probably say something like that for his friend
I tip
to
my
finally
cap.
have a chance.
I think they're scared.
But a
I was
WWE, if Drew and LA Knight were your top champions, would be so fire though. I did that mostly to rage bait Rococo, but it would be so tough.
I agree. Here's the thing. Rococo just raised a really good point about saying I think they're scared because if say hypothetically Drew does win that match, Triple H is now in uncharted waters. Because Cena with that belt, really what did he do? Not a whole lot because they didn't, like we already said, they didn't go down the angle of letting him walk away with it. So he just kind of held Cody's belt for a little while and then dropped it back to him. If they finally move on from the Cody Rhodes reign, it's uncharted territories. He doesn't know what to do because he's not thinking long-term story-wise. You know what I mean? So that raises a really good point that I don't think Triple H knows how to do anything other than just keep Cody as the champ and just let him keep defending it over and over and over again. And we're sick of it. We're tired of it.
The thing is, I feel like Triple H, WWE creative, all of it. They're afraid of having the fans push up against them again. We think back to the WrestleMania with the "We Want Cody" movement. With this being your time to transition things from Vince McMahon and book this story, and to have an idea for it, have everything set up, and the fans go full steam against you and say that story that you're writing is not good enough. That's not enough for us. That's not enough for us. It's not enough for us. Try again. And then you pivot, and the fans are right. It creates this insecurity within you, like, do I really know what's best for business? Do I know how to book? And that puts you to a position where you want to book things in a formulaic motion to where you don't really push the envelope as much as you used to. Where you play things safe. You do these things that could be cool, but if at any point we could flip back if we need to, because hey fans, I was just kidding. Hey fans, you were getting worked. We see that with the release of R-Truth. That, all things considered, was a minor decision. A minor decision that the fans made a lot bigger than what it should have been. Truthfully. And what do we see happen? Triple H got scared again. It was, oh guys, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You know what? Let's go back. I didn't mean it. So now they're in a position where they have Cody Rhodes, the top guy. They put Drew McIntyre to that position. There's that fear of, what if the fans don't like it? What if Cody Rhodes, he's been here for years upon years. We can't let that go. Drew's not a big talent anymore. It's not COVID. They're scared. And until they let go of that fear, they're not going to get big reactions or reactions from the consistent fans like they want to.
I did see something really hilarious though about how someone said, did did ESPN actually steal the show for AEW to have the better ratings and stuff, which that is wild to say, and it's so funny though. But I'm tired of the playing it safe.
Yep.
That's not how you find stars. And then for this
big money investors to play safe.
And for the 69,000th time, where the heck is Theory, bro?
True.
Where is this man? Why did we bury Carrion and get rid of him? You know, like guys that could, you know, make some movement happen in some storylines right now.
Yep.
It's very true. And I've said it on an episode before, but if Vince was here, we would have had a Theory champ right now instead of Cody, bro. We would have had a Theory champ. He beat John Cena.
We still don't have a 90s champ, bro. For the
You know what, bro? I'll even say this right now. I think that the Theory versus Cena match was a better match than every single match that Cena's had in his. Actually, no. He had one better match. The Randy match. The Randy match was better. The Randy match was better. Okay, and the Paul match. The Paul match.
Okay.
Those
We
two.
keep going. The CM Punk one, would you put that above too? Yes, you would. Stop it.
Yeah. Okay. Those three.
We keep
Those
going.
three. No, keep going because that's the only three.
No, don't do that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's it. That's all of them.
That's Nate.
That's all of them. That's all of them, bro. But yeah.
At least it didn't end with the Vision destroying everything like the last 3 months, though, right, Mike? Hey,
I didn't in that way.
Paul Heyman's coming to do Lesnar's entry though was fire.
It was.
That was sick.
It feels like a conflict of interest with Rollins and the Vision. That's why I think it's going that route. So
I still don't think that really means that much yet. Because of this, you had Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson standing in the ring when John Cena turned heel, and that meant absolutely nothing. And so, like, I think a lot of times they just put someone to do something to generate the hype. And I think he was just there to build up to the hype of, oh, Brock is back. We need this ESPN WrestlePalooza big moment. Because I guarantee you that became a reel on Instagram 5 seconds after that happened for the impressions. Like, Paul Heyman does Brock's intro. But is it going to mean a lot for the story? I really don't think so, but we'll just have to see.
My knowledge, they did make reference to it on Raw. I might have to watch it back, but it's again one of those things that Nate was saying was real quick, and also Sami Zayn's match against John Cena, and then the Elimination Chamber match was also better than.
And R-Truth, low-key R-Truth's match too on Saturday Night Main Event was actually fire too. That one was heat.
It was fun. So
It
if
was
you
a
look fun
fun match.
matches too. Go ahead and throw that up. So that's
Yeah,
6 matches. Nate,
Okay,
stop.
I take it back. I take it back,
Chill
bro. I
out.
take it back. I take it back. But yeah, anybody else got anything before we wrap this one up?
I just, what is WrestleMania shaping up to look like?
Bust.
You know,
Cody
and then
Rhodes
not
versus-
even that, but the following year it's in a Saudi, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just what
Can we
what are
talk
they
about how
cooking
the
up?
cheapest ticket to get into WrestleMania is $867 for the 400 level for one night?
I mean, did you see what ringside is?
Yes.
It's like what,
Tens of
70,000?
thousands of dollars.
I don't know if this was for Saudi or what they're saying Saudi Arabia is going to be, or they're talking about this for Vegas this year. But I saw $70,000
That's
for
Vegas, bro.
ringside. That's Vegas.
Whole car.
Yeah.
70,000, bro. Come on,
And that's
man.
what
That's
makes me
greed.
even more mad that people pay that to see what they're seeing on their TVs each and every weekend and what these PLEs
Yes.
are.
Dude, 70,000, that
Yes,
is the
bro.
greed the Bible talks about. That is legitimately the greed the Bible
But Mike,
talks about,
it makes
bro. That is
it makes that trip to Philly that much more worth it,
It does.
too.
That was the
Like-
last affordable WrestleMania trip in our lives
Like,
that we'll ever
l-
see.
Yeah, and that's so sad.
Yep.
But hey, we got to see The Rock
and Taker.
Yeah.
Y'all got to see Taker
twice.
too.
Twice, bro. We saw The Rock twice.
We got to see one of the best WrestleManias in person.
Yeah.
The only thing I still get sad about is Gunther losing to that freaking fraud, Sami Zayn. All right, Nate, take it away.
All right,
Made me
guys.
so mad.
Well, that is going to wrap it up for this episode of the Mid Card Mafia. As always, we appreciate every single one of you guys for listening on YouTube. If you're watching us on there, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave a comment about why you love me, and I'm going to shout you out on the next episode. If you're on Spotify, then leave a comment on there as well and give us a rating if you can. But until the next time, this is the Mid Card Mafia. Peacing out. See y'all later.